Coco Gauff joins Aryna Sabalenka and Iga Swiatek in a rare feat on the WTA Tour. As the Wuhan Open inches toward its end, WTA players have outdone themselves. Especially Coco Gauff, who just stormed into the semifinals after taking down Laura Siegemund on Friday. The American won in straight sets, a quick 6-3, 6-0, powering her way past Siegemund. That's the kind of energy she's been bringing in Wuhan, off the back of a series of disappointments following her French Open triumph. And it puts her right alongside Aryna Sabalenka and Iga Swiatek, who've done the same in the past 3 seasons. Right now, Sabalenka and Gauff are the top seeds at the tournament after Swiatek's streak ended against Jasmine Paolini in the quarterfinals on Friday. But Tennis Bakery on X spotted something fun. True to its name, the account noted that these top players have all delivered 20-plus sets of 6-0 or 6-1 in each of the last 3 seasons. And Coco Gauff just joined that club. Earlier this year, things weren't easy for her. After the French Open, she struggled to find rhythm. Early exits piled up, including a heartbreak first-round loss at Wimbledon. It shook her confidence, and even pushed her to make changes in her team. But now the American has found her spark again. Let's see how their bakery stats stack up over the last 3 years. Gauff's 2025 highlights include 2 bagels against Sofia Kenin at the Miami Open, 6-0, 6-0, double breadsticks over Ella Seidel in Stuttgart, 6-1, 6-1, and 2 more breadsticks versus Swiatek in the Madrid semifinals, 6-1, 6-1. She also baked a bagel against Ekaterina Alexandrova and a breadstick against Lois Boisson at the French Open. In Wuhan, she served both a breadstick and a bagel to Moyuka Yukijima, 6-1, 6-0, then a clean bagel to Laura Siegemund. Earlier in the season, she opened the United Cup semifinal with a 6-1 set against Karolina Muchova, proving her form travels across surfaces and stages. As noted in the 2025 WTA Bakery Report, Coco Gauff recorded 17 bake sets in 2024, 4 6-0s and 13 6-1s. Her career tally now stands at about 107 bake sets, 33 bagels and 74 breadsticks. But what about her rivals? Well, Iga Swiatek's bakery is always booming, and she remains the undisputed queen of bagels and breadsticks. Holding a career total of 214 sets, with 91 bagels and 123 breadsticks. Her wildest and perhaps most iconic one came at Wimbledon, crushing Amanda Anisimova 6-0, 6-0 in only 57 minutes. She even made history, the first since Steffi Graf and Monica Seles, 1991-1992, to reel off 20-plus 6-0 sets in consecutive seasons. She ruled 2022 and 2023 with calm precision and cold dominance. The bakery craze began during her record 37-match winning streak in 2022 and hasn't cooled since. At the start of 2024 alone, Swiatek won 36 sets where her opponents won 1 game or fewer, 15 bagels and 21 breadsticks. She served a bagel in roughly a third of her matches that year. She finished in trademark Swiatek style, sweeping both the French Open and the WTA finals, capping it with a 6-1, 6-0 rout of Jessica Pegula in the title match. Aryna Sabalenka, meanwhile, runs her own fierce bakery just down the street. In the 2025 Indian Wells semifinals, she destroyed Madison Keys 6-0, 6-1 with her explosive power. Sabalenka's game flips from ferocious to merciless in a heartbeat, and her scoreboard tells the story. She's baking her way up the charts fast. Her 2024 season brought the same stormy scorelines. At Brisbane, she bageled Lucia Bronzetti 6-3, 6-0, then rolled past Julin 6-1, 6-0 before cruising by Ella Seidel 6-0, 6-1 at the Australian Open. The showstopper came in round 3, double bagels over Lesia Tsurenko, 6-0, 6-0. So, if Swiatek runs the original bakery, Sabalenka might just be the firebrand rival chef giving her serious heat. And now Gauff is joining the competition. The WTA Tour is sizzling, no doubt about that. But even as their scorelines rise, these players have also received a warning from a former pro. Coco Gauff, Swiatek and Sabalenka warned of an incoming threat. During the October 7th episode of the Nothing Major podcast, XADP stars John Isner, Jack Sock, Sam Querrey, and Steve Johnson were discussing the latest tennis buzz. When Amanda Anisimova's name came up, Querrey couldn't stop raving about her. After all, the 24-year-old just dethroned her compatriot and two-time Grand Slam champ Coco Gauff from the third spot in the rankings. She didn't just beat her, she dismantled her in the China Open semifinals before taking the title against Linda Noskova. Querrey was glowing as he said, "Sometimes I watch her play and I think she is the best player in the world." Querrey didn't stop there. He went on to drop a bold prediction. "I know she is like the third best. But there's a lot of times when I am watching her the last few months, I am like, the eye test tells me, like she is number one." He said, adding, "There is a good chance she gets there, number one, in the next 12 months if she keeps playing how she is playing." Coming from a former top American, that's high praise. And it's hard to argue when you look at Anisimova's run this season. She's the only WTA player this year who's defeated all three of the top-ranked women. At Wimbledon, she stunned world number one Aryna Sabalenka in the semifinals. Then at the US Open, she turned the tables on world number two Iga Swiatek, who had double-bageled her in their previous meeting at Wimbledon. Anisimova took her out in the quarters before crushing Gauff, then number 3, in Beijing. That surge pushed her past Gauff in the live rankings, making her the new world number 3 with 5,908 points, compared to Gauff's 5,574. The official list still shows her fourth, but only just. Swiatek remains in second by a large margin with 8,553 points. Meanwhile, Swiatek may be out of the Wuhan Open, but she still stands firm at the top of the WTA finals ladder with plenty of cushion. Sabalenka, however, is still very much in the chase. If she and Gauff can keep their momentum and make the final, we could see a blockbuster showdown between them. Up next, though, she faces Jasmine Paolini, a tough opponent who's beaten her in all three meetings this year. Can Coco Gauff flip the script this time and reach her third final of the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. In women's tennis, there are moments that define eras, stretches where a few special players separate themselves from the rest, carrying the sport's rhythm, energy, and ambition on their shoulders. In 2025, that trinity of brilliance has unmistakably taken shape in the form of Coco Gauff, Aryna Sabalenka, and Iga Swiatek, three players from different corners of the world, bound by the same fire for excellence. Now Gauff has joined Sabalenka and Swiatek in achieving a rare feat on the WTA Tour, a symbol of consistency, dominance, and relentless drive. Each of them has captured titles on all three surfaces, hard, clay, and grass, within a 12-month span, a milestone that cements their status as the true all-court queens of the modern era.